Jasmine. So today I'm bringing you guys a very basic look with a graphic liner. Gotta compensate somewhere, right? So I just decided to focus on a lot of products that you haven't seen me use in a while, because on Monday's video you guys saw me organize my makeup collection and I actually rediscovered some products, so I wanted to use those in this video in particular. And before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know the necklace that I'm wearing. I know I already mentioned it in another video. This necklace is actually by Blessed and Well Dressed on Instagram. It's a brand new indie boutique, and they gave me a coupon code. It's not an affiliate link, it's literally a code for you guys to actually save 20% literally on everything on their website. So I hope you guys use it. It's the code Jasmine, my name. Some people think my name is SoYin. What? Anyway, it's the code Jasmine, and just so you could save 20% off. So I hope you guys all enjoy the look. I hope you guys check out the products, the shirts, the outfits literally on the website, and let's get started. Alright, so my face is already moisturized. I want to go into primers. So the one primer I actually haven't used in a minute is the Joah Selfie Ready Pore Minimizing Primer. I believe I did use this in a recent video, but I want to get into it again because I kind of forgot my opinion about it already. I think in my previous videos where I used this primer, I said it's very similar to the Colourpop primer. That one isn't my favorite primer, but this one has more of a thickness to it as opposed to being like super watery. So this one does have a little bit more substantialness to it. Okay, so I haven't used this one in a minute either. This is the new Covergirl Matte Ambition Foundation. Now, I do have a review reviewing their whole entire line, their full spectrum collection, but I just felt like I shouldn't be in the light category because, okay, here was my mindset. They were marketing towards multicultural women, men and women, and I feel like I fit in that category, you know, multicultural. But I just felt like I shouldn't be in the light category. I feel like they should have stayed a little bit more true to, you know, just a regular foundation line, but more focusing on darker tones, olive tones, and you know, you see what I'm saying? So I'm in the shade Light Golden. And as a lot of foundations, this is not golden enough. So the way I fix that is I just take some banana powder. This one's a ShopMissA one. You guys haven't seen me use this in a minute either. This is just their regular loose powder. I am actually almost done. I use this a lot off camera. So what I do is I dump a little bit on the back of my hand. There we go. And then I mix it with the brush and then I paint it on my face. I also just realized I don't have any clean sponges. Ooh, I might have to blend in my foundation with a brush. Oh no! No! Oh my god, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's alright. It's fine. If you're new to my channel, I hate applying my foundation with a brush. I hate it. And you're probably like, oh my god, you're applying your foundation with the brush right now. No, I am not. I'm not blending it into my skin. I'm applying it, but I'm not blending it in. So what brush will be a good candidate? I haven't used my Fenty brush in a hot minute. Do you think we'll work with it, you know? We'll start from the edge of the face and we are going to work in. I really am not too fond of brushes in general. I don't know how cheap, how expensive, Real Techniques, Fenty, Marc Jacobs, I don't care what the brush is. I just don't like it. Ugh, I just feel so cakey. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. I'm just gonna take a dirty sponge, you know, I don't have time to clean it. I'm just going to just blend in my foundation. I rarely do this, rarely. Last time I did it was for that April Fool's video, but man, sometimes you have to sacrifice, it's fine. One day honestly won't hurt, okay? If you're doing it all the time and you're just extremely lazy, then that's a problem. So I'm liking the color match a little bit better now that I did mix it in with my banana powder. So I'm going to use my Hourglass Hidden Concealer. I'm in the shade Fair, which if you are actually fair, this would not be for you. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of troubles with companies labeling themselves wrong. I normally hate anything in a stick form, but surprisingly, I mean, kind of not surprisingly actually, the concealer is actually really good, but then again, everybody loves their stick foundation, so not too far off. Since I got places to go, places to be, people to meet, ramen to eat, I am just going to go in with my dirty sponge. I know, ew. I know. So this actually is a new product, but I did get a request to talk a little bit more about it in a video by one of my followers. This is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. You guys probably seen ads about this on Instagram. It's been circulating my Instagram for sure. So the cool thing is about this powder is that it actually has a protective cap, which I feel like a lot of powders do not have. They have sifters for sure, but as far as like the actual cap is concerned, to keep it safe and sound, not a lot of companies have that. I just wish the little holder button where you like pop it off like was bigger, because I'm always having to get a pair of tweezers to do it. There we go, got it. It also has like a mesh netting, and the cool thing is it actually feels cold on the skin. I use it actually as like a refreshing powder, because that's kind of like what it claims. It claims to set and refresh, and it's made out of 50% water. Right, like, are you paying for water or you're paying for the powder? Who knows at this point. But it actually feels so cold on the skin, but your face doesn't look wet. It leaves the skin just looking really nice, really refreshed, still hydrated, but you could tell it's matte. Like you could tell like right when I'm setting it, okay, like she's powdering her skin, it's looking matte, but your skin does not feel dry. And I think that was their purpose. And I think it's actually really good for the hot season, especially because not everyone wants to look cakey. And I know now, you know, everyone's gonna start sweating. It's musty season. And I actually think this powder is really good. It works really well, and you know, my skin actually looks set. So that's great. I use that on my Sigma F35. I don't really have many brow products that I don't use. I mean, I pretty much use them all. I don't like to open a lot of brow products because they're actually hard to go through. I mean, you guys know that. So I'm just gonna go into one of my favorites. This is the ShopMissA Wonder Brow in dark brown, and I'm gonna take that on one of their Bon Voyage brushes. And this actually fills in the brow so fast. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, bruh, I'm already done. I'm already like pretty much done. I'm just gonna take a spoolie and then blend it to the front and then take it through the brow. Like, what? Also, thank you guys so much for all of the love on my video where I'm trying to speak Khmer. That was literally the hardest video I think I've ever filmed in my entire life. A lot of pressure. I went through 7 months, like I said, with comments on Instagram, in my DMs, on my live chats, on YouTube, on Twitter, literally in person. Oh my god, literally, like, it was just unescapable, and I just felt like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And I've always wanted to, but it was just the fact that I had to practice, and I never was in that feeling of, okay, well now it's good and I'm gonna film it. I've never felt that, and I still didn't feel that while I was filming the video, but it felt good to just get it over with and to finally just like not feel that pressure anymore, and it just feels like weight has been lifted almost. So thank you for all the love and thank you for all of the support, and I appreciate everybody who relates to me and tells me that, you know, they're not fluent either. Sorry, I was looking for my brush, my Wet n Wild eyebrow powder, and then my Sigma E75. By the way, I still get comments about what brushes I use, and just like the products, I list it in the description box. So if you're wondering like what brush I'm using for my brow, I have for like the past few months have been like taking the time to tell you which brush is for what part of my makeup routine. It's a little bit more time consuming, but I know it helps a lot of other people out there. So even if I don't talk about the brush itself, it'll always be in the description box, and plus I use the same brushes all the time anyway. And actually, instead of taking that stick concealer under my brows, it's easier for me to just use a liquid concealer. So this one is the Colourpop No Filter in Light 18. Easier to blend, and I feel like it makes the brows look just a little bit better. Honestly, like no one can probably tell, but that's fine. Just gonna take a regular concealer brush. You can get these anywhere. And then I'm gonna blend it in the skin, and these are my ShopMissA high def brushes. People say like they're not called high def, but it literally says high def on the brush. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this to blend out my concealer. You see this a lot in my tutorial. Sometimes I'll skip it, but a lot of the times I'm using the high def brushes for like anything like I guess sculpting or like, I don't know, because these brushes are pretty dense. So they have like a nose contour brush, and then all the time you'll see me use this brush to set my eyelid with the white powder or banana powder, whatever powder I'm using. And honestly, like they just come in handy. So if you're wondering what the white brushes are, those ones are ShopMissA, and I've been using them for over a year. There have been two eyeshadow palettes that I haven't been reaching for. One is Modern Renaissance. I don't know what's up with Modern Renaissance, but I just don't use her. I really don't. I mean, she's nice, she's pretty, she has like day and night, you know, summer aesthetic. I'm gonna use it today, and like I said, I am gonna use that one brush to pat the light powder, the tempera shade, all over my eyelid. And I just like to set my eyelid because I don't like putting powders on top of creams like that unless it's set. I feel like I never go into the Relgar shade because that one looks pretty unused. So I think today I want to base it off that, but I also have another palette here that I haven't used in a hot minute. This actually used to be one of my favorites. Actually, it might have been last year, like a whole year ago, where this one was actually in my favorites. I am looking towards this shade. So it's a duochrome shade, and it goes from like this magenta to an orange. I don't think you can see it, but I see it in person. It's like a magenta to an orange. So I might want to do that. That sounds actually kind of nice. I'm gonna go straight into Relgar, and I am just going to first pat it on my eyelid like that. I thought it would be more orange than this. Was it always this deep? Was it really? Or is it just because I've never really used it? Is it, what? I don't know. How are your guys' Modern Renaissance palettes like? How are they? I gotta know. Is mine weird? Is mine defected? Is mine expired? To blend the edges, maybe I'll take Love Letter. Maybe I will. You know what? We're playing with color today. I know, warm tones, everyone's over it, but I genuinely never really was obsessed with Modern Renaissance, and I know people are gonna come for me for saying that, but in all honesty, I felt like her other palettes that were discontinued, like her Shadow Couture palette, her artist palette. I thought those were like the best of the best. Like they had the best color combinations, the best formula, and I believe at the time those ones were the ones that were still hand pressed. So they had a different formula than Modern Renaissance, and I just felt like the more palettes Anastasia kept releasing, the higher the prices kept getting. Because even her self-made palette, and even though I didn't really like that palette, it still had the same amount of shades as Modern Renaissance, but it was $35 and it was limited edition. And it was limited edition. The shadow formula was still amazing. I just wasn't super crazy about the color combinations, but it was still super cheap. And then to have this one be like $10 more, and you know, it was kind of like, well, do I really want to spend $10 more? Because you guys know me, I'm like the drugstore queen. I love anything like affordable, worth your money, and I felt like a $35 palette that was high-end was worth the money. But now we are slowly creeping into the $50 range with Anastasia eyeshadow palettes. Like every single launch that she's coming out with, I just feel like they just keep going up, going up, going up. And it's starting to scare me a little bit because I don't want that. I don't like that. So I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Because inflation's real. It's coming for us. I'm an adult. I'm witnessing it. I'm also gonna take Revere. Is it Revere? Vermeer. And apply this on my brow bone because I haven't had a shimmery brow bone in a hot minute. I'm also gonna take that in the inner corner while I'm at it. And this palette is called the Syzygy Comet Crush palette. I'm like, what is it? And I'm gonna take the shade called Halo and apply this onto my eyelid with the Juno & Co. ES06. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow brushes. Just in general, I feel like it applies everything like with its fullest pigment, and I love that. I thought it would be like a little bit more like spruced up, but this look is kind of not it. I just feel like we've all seen this look before and it's kind of upsetting me. So I really do not know. Like, cause I'm going out, right? And I don't want to look hella extra cause that's not what we're going for. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a graphic liner. I don't care. I don't care. This look is too basic and I don't know what to do, and I'm not like running late, but like, so what I'm gonna use is my Covergirl Get In Line Active Eyeliner. This liner is so flimsy. It looks great when I do like my wing, but I know right when I do that graphic liner, it's not gonna be okay. So I'm gonna get something more stiff. Okay. I did mess up a little bit. See where it's like a little thick? So I am gonna take some concealer and hide that, and then we can move on. So far, not that bad, a little bit better than I thought I would do, especially because that literally took me like a million years. Oh, by the way, the other eyeliner that I'm using is by the Creme shop, and this is their Get In Line. They're both called Get In Line. Trademark who? This one's definitely higher than this one. So as far as mascara is concerned, I'm just gonna go in with my Essence Lash Princess because I'm already running out of it. So might as well just use it up for the next few videos. So I'm just going to apply this. So when my lash glue is drying, I'm going to go in with my eyeliner before I finish off my lower lash line. I'm going to use two different eyeliners, Bare Mineral Lasting Line, as you guys know, and Marc Jacobs Fine Wine. This is a dark strawberry red. It's not quite red, it's not quite burgundy, it's still kind of pinkish. So can't really describe her, but she's really good and she actually lasts a long time. So I'm going to go ahead, look down, and tight line the top with my black liner. And then for the bottom, you want to look up and then just go ahead and line. Lower lash line is pretty much just going to be Relgar because you know, that's all that we really have on the top. So just gonna go ahead and apply that and then blend it out. And then let's take some mascara down onto the lower lashes. And this is just going to help give the lower lash line a little bit more drama. And it just overall helps even out the look a little bit more. And let's go ahead and apply the Jackie lashes. Again, these ones are by ShopMissA. These ones are really pretty. The last time I wore these were actually in the Jenny Killed This Love makeup tutorial. So if you want to see another warm toned look featuring these lashes, definitely check that one out. Alright, we could finally move on. I'm going to be looking down like this a little bit because I want my lash glue to continue to dry. So for now, I'm actually going to go in with my bronzer palette by Makeup Revolution. I usually start off with the lighter tones just so I could prep my skin, and it's almost like a transition shade to the other bronzer shades that I will be applying. And I sometimes feel like if I go in with like a dark bronzer right away, sometimes I just feel like it tends to look a little chalky. I mentioned that in another video, but it just tends to look a little chalky and I'd rather just not deal with that. So I just build up my tones. I actually really like this palette because the bronzer shades are just so nice, just very complementing to my skin tone, and I love it. So for the blush palette, I've actually only used this once on my channel and I really liked it, but I had to store it away because I didn't have any room in my vanity. But this is the Real Her blush palette. So pretty. I'm really into blush right now, and this shade right here called Visionary. Oh, visionary. Like me, I'm a visionary. And that actually has a little bit of highlight. Oh, I love that. I love blushes with just a hint of shimmer because sometimes if you're just like running late to somewhere, like me, you can always skip out on highlight, but it just gives like the beautiful hint of glow, and it's just really, really pretty. So now let's go into highlight. This is a highlight I have not used in a hot minute, and I know this one is still one of my favorites. It's just that, I don't know, maybe the packaging doesn't really scream out to me saying use me. So I'm gonna use it today, and it is my ShopMissA Wonder highlighter, and this is the shade Cream Puff. And this is another ShopMissA Bon Voyage brush that came in that kit that had the eyebrow brush. And I'm just gonna apply this on areas where I love to highlight. And I already did my brow bone and everything, so when I do look to the side, it all kind of just like comes together like that. Love that. A little bit on my chin. Ooh. Let's do the Cupid's bow for the one time. Oh. And also, let's go in with a little bit of brow gel. This one's by Ulta. It's their brow tint in medium. Just going to spruce up these brows a little bit more. Genuinely, I'm gonna go eat ramen right now, so I really should not put anything on my lips. Genuinely. Maybe I'll do like a Fenty gloss, yeah? This is just their original Fenty Glow. I haven't used the Covergirl Outlast Active setting spray in a hot minute, so. Alright, you guys, I wrapped up this video. I hope you guys all, I'm like sitting back like, hey. But I hope you guys all enjoy the look. This one is actually low-key one of my favorites. I need to practice how to do the graphic liner though, because this is my second time, actually my third time doing it, and it looks good. But I know I could do better. So I'm just gonna have to try. There may be more tutorials where I do graphic liner, but you know what? It's still getting better. The lines are more crisp than last time, which I am so happy about. And if you haven't done graphic liner, I highly recommend that you try it. It's something new. I wish I had colored liner, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So I hope you guys all enjoy the look, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.